Hello folks, Steven here and welcome into TK Power Sports. This is an exciting one because we are finally on the water with this, the 2026 Yamaha Crosswave. Easily the most unique PWC to launch in quite some time. And in this video, we're gonna hit the water, some big water, and test it out in the waves. And we're gonna get two big guys on this thing to see if you can actually move around it with two full-size humans. We've got a lot to cover, so make sure you stay tuned. The first thing you need to know about the Crosswave is that it's big. This is the largest PWC on the market. It is 12 foot 11 inches long, 5 foot 7 inches wide, and 4 foot 4 inches tall. Fuel capacity here is 26.4 gallons, that is 100 liters, and storage capacity is a ridiculous 310 liters. Now the other big number, how much does it weigh? We still don't know. Yamaha will not release the official weight. I think it's kind of ridiculous for a product that is on sale right now that they can't tell owners what it weighs. But yes, I don't have that number for you. If I had to guess, based on doing a little bit of this, based on riding it, I think it's 1,500 pounds easily, but we won't know until they release the number. When they finally do though, we will definitely let you guys know. So this is a 4-seat unit. You get this massive seat, and the Crosswave does come with this cooler, but I brought Matt in for this one because now we're gonna undress it and we'll show you what that's like. So you can get the cooler off the back fairly easily, he says as he struggles with the handle. No, down, up, there it is. Now that lifts off. You can take that. Now what's cool is you can see what's left behind here is this track system, and you can see the tracks run all the way up there. It actually overlaps with that seat. So if you didn't have the seat on here, you could move the cooler up and back. You could have multiple coolers on here if you wanted to, or other Yamaha accessories. Now to take this seat off, the first thing you do, take that guy off, you reach inside, then this guy comes off. And you could also ride it like this. If you want all this space back here for stuff, thank you, Matt, then you would be able to just peel the seat off and do that. Now, another great feature I have to show you while we're back here, one of my favorites on this unit is this clean out port. If I reach down in here, there's a cap that has to be removed, and right underneath that cap is the actual impeller and the impeller shaft. If you've ever been out and clogged up with weeds, then you know the problem. Once those weeds get in there, you need to get in the water and dig your hand up into the grate to pull them out. Sometimes that's impossible. This is gonna save you. So if you do get this thing clogged up, it's very easy to get to. That's a feature I really hope comes to all Waverunners. Frankly, all PWCs should adopt something like that. Sea-Doo does have its own version where it blows out the impeller, but I think I like this better because I'd actually rather reach down in there and do it myself. Now finally, we reveal this guy down in there. That is Yamaha's 1.9 liter marine engine. That thing is just 2 years old, so it is the new power plant for Waverunners. That's the HO version, so you're talking about around 200 horsepower here. Let's talk storage now. This is definitely one of the big advantages of the Crosswave. It's so big, so you can take a lot of stuff with you. Now the weight rating here is 705 pounds, and that does include passengers, so you're gonna have to be careful about how many people or how much stuff you're bringing. But let's take a look at where it's all gonna go. So there's all these hatches all over the Crosswave. This is one just massive storage bin right down in there. I do like how these guys work too. They're very simple to operate. Around the back here, this is your battery access right down in there. So a fairly easy spot to get to your battery. Now this storage on the starboard side of the vessel has a trick up in the front there. That is actually a pass-through for fishing rods. I'll use this paddle to demonstrate, but you can get all the way up in there so you can fit full-size fishing rods down in here. You also have a battery cutoff switch right there, so you can turn your battery off to save it, and you have a fuse panel down there. And yes, you might notice a little bit of water in here, but there are drain plugs down at the bottom of all these storages as well, so you can drain out any water you get in from either rain or from being out there and riding. And now we'll keep this big sucker spinning. The other thing you have to recognize is the footwells here are just massive as well. If you do have 4 riders, you need space for all those feet. So nice to have that. And then we get up here to the bow storage. Again, nice and deep. We have our fire extinguisher down in there. There is a drain plug in there. So yeah, a massive amount of storage. The final one, which is just a little one, is the storage that's right here directly in front of the rider. The nice thing here is that is a spring-loaded hatch. I do like that. It holds itself up. It's quite deep as well. And then the one trick it has in there is there is a little rubber sort of holder for your cell phone. So you stick your phone in and it's not going to go anywhere. Oh, and I also can't forget 2 cup holders up there too. So yes, loads of places to stash your stuff with you on the Crosswave. Another unique thing you're going to notice about the Crosswave right away, I got 2 screens up here in front of me. So let's go through them now. So over here on my right hand side, we have the Simrad navigation. It also has live depth right there. You can see the overlay of the longitude and latitude lines. That red line is a breadcrumb that followed everything I was doing out there today. Lots of great information. I'm only scratching the surface too on everything that's available because there is a lot here. It does have side scan capabilities. That's the sonar looking directly underneath of us. So again, that's your live readout of exactly what's below us. That's going to function as your fish finder too. You can see your live depth readout, your live speed over ground. So just an incredible amount of information. And then of course, just the marine navigation charts. So we're out here on Lake Simcoe today. It's showing you a shoal right there. It's showing you all the different depth, all the different islands. You're able to set waypoints, and this thing would get you exactly where you need to go. So with a unit like this that's more designed for fishing and adventure, I think it's crucial that they added that nav system. And what's nice is how integrated the screen is. It's not a separate screen that's tacked on the side like it can be with a lot of these. So yes, this Simrad system, like I said, I'm sure it does a ton of things. I'm only scratching the surface, but at first blush seems very, very capable and nice to have. And then we'll switch gears over to this screen on the left-hand side. And this is very typical Waverunner. This is the same system you're going to find in other Waverunners, although they've changed the way it looks. Like you do get some new graphics here for your gauges, which do look pretty nice. There is also built-in Waverunner GPS and navigation. I assume you could run them both at the same time. I don't think you'd really want to be honest. The Simrad's going to be better, but yes, they left that functionality in there. Here's all the trip info, so you can save your time, your distance, your fuel average, your engine hours, how much fuel you're actually burning. That's 0.9 gallons per hour, just sitting here idling. There's your different drive modes: economy, performance, comfort, tow, and custom. I do like custom too because you can set those things up for whatever you like. You do have Bluetooth here, so go ahead and hook your phone up. You can listen to your tunes. Settings, the pin setting is nice. That is a pin that you can put on here to lock your Waverunner, because all you ever need on a Waverunner is a key like this, so it's nice to have a second layer of security with that pin. And then yeah, you can change the display, change the units, the auto volume, wellness is for the unit, all your settings are right there. And then the last one is the lock button. This is a really good system. Waverunner's had it for a while. It's super quick to respond is one thing I always like about it. And the last thing I'll say is sort of what I said about this screen. I do just like this whole array. It looks really nice to the driver. It looks nice out here in the sun. The contrast is good. And it just, yeah, it looks very sort of OEM from an original manufacturer, not like it's aftermarket parts cobbled together. So a nice screen setup here on the Crosswave for sure. Fishing was definitely top of mind when they were designing the Crosswave, and there's a few things that suggest that. One of them is the fishing rod storage, of course. Next, there are trolling settings here. So if you just want to go out and troll with this thing, you hit your speed adjust switch over here on my right, and we go into trolling 1, and there's actually trolling 1, trolling 2, and trolling 3. Trolling 1 is incredibly slow. Like, it feels like less than 1 mile per hour, but there might be a situation where you want that. Or actually today, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to face my bow right into the waves and into the wind. Trolling 1 is barely moving us, but it's actually keeping us locked right in this spot. So I like having a setting that is just that slow. Now let's turn it up. Let's go to trolling 3. So this is your high-speed trolling setting. And yeah, that's cruising along. That looks to be about 3-4 miles per hour maybe in trolling 3. Then beyond trolling 3, you get up into no wake, and there are 3 different no wake modes. And the key with no wake mode is if you're in a no wake zone, you just put it in no wake, and then you can walk away. Now the other truly unique thing about the Crosswave, I'm going to show it to you here, which I think is also important for fishing, is the walk around bow. There is no other PWC on the market where I can do this and stand up here on the bow. And this is key. If you're out here fishing, you want to be able to make it all the way around your unit. And you can see we're in some pretty big waves here. This is big water, and it's pretty dang stable. Like, I got to stand here for a minute. I don't have my rod with me today, but if I did, I could absolutely fish here. No problem. You know, you got to be a little bit loose. You're making sure. I could see one day maybe falling off, but for the most part, the stability is absolutely incredible because of the width of this unit. And like I said, this is something super unique, having this front walk around bow up here. It's definitely cool. And then when you're done fishing, hop back down and away we go. Neat. Well, you guys saw me on the bow and it did feel pretty stable, but what about two big dudes on a Crosswave standing up? So I got Matt. Let's do it here, Matt. And again, we're very much trying to simulate fishing. So we'll start off counterbalancing each other. So if you were standing there, casting. Same thing, moving up. I mean, obviously it's moving, but it's not that bad. It's not sketchy. I haven't felt a wave yet that I lost my balance, thought, whoa, or you do something, and I go, whoa, what are you doing back there? So now the question is, Matt, same side, cross over. Let's see what happens.
Snag my line, I gotta come to the same side.
That's pretty dang impressive. Like if we really pushed,
I'm going to the edge.
If we really pushed, we'd maybe start taking on. But that's pretty dang good. That's like 600 pounds of Elmer right there on one side of a Crosswave, and it's not taking on water. And that's the key with this thing. It's massive, it's wide, it's heavy, so it can support big, massive, heavy, wide guys like the two of us. So yeah, Matt, for a day on the water, if I said, let's go fishing on a Crosswave, I think we would absolutely be comfortable out here. And then when we do sit on the seat, he's way behind me. That's the other nice thing. He doesn't gotta, you know, really snuggle up to me. Yeah, we got a buffer zone like all brothers need.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, stability is pretty impressive, man. I'm sure you want to know how this thing gets up and out of the water now. So I'm gonna do a full power takeoff in normal mode, and then we'll do one in performance mode so you can see it. So starting off, normal mode. Let's go. And now here comes performance mode, and you know what? Come along with me, because I want to tell you all about how this thing drives. And that's what I'll start off with. It's probably what you suspected. I'm confident that I can say this is the best big water PWC that you can buy. I've never felt anything that just plows through the waves like the Crosswave does. It doesn't matter what the waves seem to be doing, what the wind seems to be doing. I point this thing in the direction I want to go, and it just smashes its way through. And I have to do so little in my ride up here to really compensate for keeping this thing just tracking straight. So yes, if you kind of figured in your head, well, that big massive PWC would probably be good in big waves, in big chop, you're absolutely correct. All right, we've slowed down a little bit now. As I mentioned, I'm bouncing all over the place, which is fine, but cameraman Liam is bouncing all over the place. And I should mention, we're using a Crosswave as our camera boat today, and it is easily the most stable camera PWC we've ever used. Liam already confirmed that to me, so it is doing a good job, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's still just big water and big waves. So I do just want to cruise slowly. And at slow speeds, I'm gonna say it again, you're gonna keep hearing me say this, this is the most stable PWC that exists. Like I can, while moving, stand over here onto this gunnel all the way to the side, and the thing just stays planted in the water. Like it's just ridiculous how stable it is. And I feel like modern PWCs have grown so big and heavy because these brands constantly hear that feedback from owners that it's tippy at the dock, I feel like it's gonna flip over and I want more stability. Well, this is basically, you know, the result of all of that is now we have this massive PWC. So if you don't wanna worry about stability, this is for you. If you're out on big water, this would definitely be a good thing to look at. And then yeah, if you wanna bring your family with you, I do think it'll be a hard sell to like 3 buddies who want to go fishing. Are they really all going to come out on a Crosswave together? Maybe, I don't know. When Matthew and I were on here though, just 2 of us, I felt pretty good about it. We fit on here okay. We don't have to be that physically close to each other. We can work our way around the unit. So I do think there is definitely an argument to be made there too for 2 people out fishing. Now, I think what you probably want to know most now is how fun is it and how does it handle? And let me try to give you good perspective here. it's still quite fun. I had a huge smile on my face running this thing around. I jumped it a few times. I got up out of the waves. And yeah, I was really, really loving it. But does it handle well? No. The Crosswave, you put it into a corner and it just wants to push wide right away. You can just feel it pushing out through that corner. So it doesn't have, I wouldn't call it responsive handling. I wouldn't call it tight handling. It is very much the opposite of those small, lightweight PWCs. And then the other thing I felt is the weight. When I came out of the water jumping it, man, you just feel this big unit come down into the water. When I was cutting some of those tight turns and trying to ride it really aggressively, a few times I had it coming up out of the water while it was kind of traveling sideways, and then it would land and stick. And I've just never felt that much weight from a PWC, all trying to kind of stick in the water at once. So you're constantly reminded, once you start to ride this thing faster and more aggressively, you're reminded how big it is and how heavy it is, because it comes down in the water hard and it will turn pretty good. Again, don't get me wrong, I got it turning, but it doesn't have that rewarding bite that basically all the other wave runners do, and especially the small, lightweight or performance wave runners do. There's two last questions I want to answer for you: price and top speed. When it comes to top speed, I saw around 50 miles per hour on our day on the water. My brother Matthew claims he saw 55 miles per hour, and it was hard to find smooth water, but I think that's probably an accurate range for the top speed of the Crosswave, depending of course on how much weight you have on board, somewhere between 50 and 55 miles per hour. Now, when we talk pricing in the United States, the Crosswave has a starting price of $32,499, and at least for now, it is only available in white, the color you saw in this video. Here in Canada, the Crosswave carries a starting MSRP of $47,799, though once you add freight and PDI in Canada, you're talking about $50,799. So the Crosswave is pretty expensive, but it's also a unique proposition in the PWC industry right now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of this one. Now listen, I've enjoyed my day here on the Crosswave. I'd like to spend more time with it, and hopefully in the future we will. But my conclusion right now is kind of simple. For big water, for big chop, for the ocean, you're not going to get a better unit than this one right here. The power is enough, the stability is incredible, and it just beats through those waves. If you are looking for the sort of traditional thrill of a PWC, no, this is not the best unit to get. Those small, lightweight wave runners are always going to be more fun. However, they can't bring all your stuff with you. So yes, fishing, camping, adventures, and big water, for any of that stuff, I think the Crosswave is probably the best product on the market now, and I'm also excited to see if Sea-Doo and Kawasaki will respond to this. Especially Sea-Doo, they have the Explorer Pro, but they didn't go the next step to give it a big body like the Crosswave has. So now we have to wait and see. Overall though, I like it, it's interesting, and I'm so happy that Yamaha is taking a chance with a unique product in the marketplace. So yeah, that's it for this one now, folks. I need to hear from you. Why don't you drop in the comments and let me know what you think of the Crosswave and everything else you've seen in this video. As always, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join, become a member of TK Power Sports, and then come right back to the channel, see what we're testing next. And if you'll excuse me, I got lots more riding to do. See ya!